Hello and welcome to My Happy Path Online Yoga Studio. My intention for this class is to aid in the healing of any lower back pain. To start out with, let's bring ourselves onto a blanket. So fold your blanket like so. If you are tight in the hips, you can even double up the blanket so it's thicker, or add more blankets. Just being aware of where you need to be for your body. So allowing that blanket to come underneath the hips, and then taking the flesh of the thighs, spinning the flesh inward so you can feel the pelvis bones penetrating deeper into the mat. And then letting the hands rest on the knees and letting the eyes close. Starting to feel into the length of the spine. And of course, that beautiful healing breath. When the lower back starts to cramp up or get sore, it oftentimes has a lot to do with how tired we are, how stressed out we are. Our spinal column, when we become overly tired, can go into what's called a stovepipe effect that's trying to protect the spinal column. My intention for today's class is to bring movement in with the breath that helps to bring back that natural curve in the spinal column. So while you're sitting here in easy pose, feel how the hips come into the mat, and then the spine extends up, making a slight curve inward. Then it moves into the thoracic spine, where the spine once again pushes out towards the back area, creating space for the lungs and heart. And then the spinal column moves up further, drawing back towards the front of the body, creating that cervical spine wave. And then extends all the way up into the base of the brain. Breathe into that image of a healthy, beautiful spine as you feel the spatial connection between each vertebra. Take the next few moments to connect in with that breath, allowing it to lengthen, deepen, and allow the spine to grow in length as well. And at the end of your next exhale, placing the blanket to the side, let yourself come on down onto the back. Bring yourself down slowly and with ease, feeling yourself coming down one vertebra at a time. No rush. Feeling into what the body needs. Placing the feet on the ground. Feet are about hip-width apart. Feel into first how the pelvis is sitting on the mat. And make small circles with the hips. Maybe a figure 8, maybe full circles. And feel into where your sacrum, where your lower back is tight. And taking a moment to linger in that place, giving it some extra love. Letting the direction of the circle flow in both directions. And then coming back to center, pull the hips up towards the sky, creating a rounding in the back. Feel the cervical spine remaining long. And then reverse that contour of the spine, pushing the pelvis bones into the mat, letting the heart rise upwards. 10 more times here, feeling that rolling of the spine and connecting it with your inhalation and your exhalation. Allow the eyes to close. This helps the nervous system to heal. Helps the body to remove itself from that fight or flight mode and to engage the healing process of the body. Breathe into that movement of the hips. Few more wave-like motions with the hips here. And then at the end of your next exhale, place your hands on the crease of the hips where they meet the legs. On your inhale, really feel that heart expand as you lengthen the spine. Shoulders are sliding down the back, neck is long. And on the exhale, pull the hips up towards the body, releasing the hands. Inhale, lengthen the spine, stretching the hands against the legs, creating a little bit of traction with the hands. Exhale, letting it go. 3 more times here. Inhale, lengthen. Traction with the hands. Exhale, letting it go. Twice more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Holding here for 1 round of breath, placing the left hand on the heart, right hand on the stomach, connecting in with yourself. Now bringing the hands back to the crease of the legs, and we're going to reverse that motion that we just did. So exhaling the hands, create that traction, pulling the stomach up and in, hips rising towards the sky. Inhale, letting go. Exhale, traction. Stomach pulling fully and completely up and in, creating that little extra extension of the spine, and then letting go on the inhale. 3 more times. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale. And inhale. 1 more time. And inhale. Absolutely beautiful. Now pulling the knees into the chest. Create big circles with those knees. Hands on the knees, helping the knees to create a full round circle. Maybe taking a slight pause within that circle where it needs some extra love and attention. And then letting that circle move on in the opposite direction. Our hips often have to deal with stress or anger or frustration. or not feeling grounded or safe. Our hips hold so much energy for us. Allow the hips now coming back to center. Take a moment to squeeze those hips into the body, allowing the eyes to close. Take a moment now as you breathe deeply into yourself. Where in your life are you feeling off center, not grounded, maybe not safe, maybe stressed, worried, or frustrated? Breathe into the pelvis, hip region, as you thank yourself for doing all that you can for where you are at right this moment. And now breathe into that stress, fear, frustration, or lack of grounding. Letting it go. And breathing into your health as you pull those knees deeply into the armpits and towards the floor. 2 more breaths here. Exhale, let the knees come back to center. And then with kindness, roll on over to the right side of the body. And allow yourself to rest there for a moment. Eyes closed once again. And breathe into yourself, feeling the shifts that you've created through connecting with your breath. And on your next inhale, straighten that top leg to bring you back on up to a sitting position. And then come on over and come on into child's pose. Letting your knees spread wide, toes are touching. Drift on back, letting the arms soften. Forehead comes to the mat. Start to allow the hips to just swing from side to side. It's a soft movement, a kind movement. Breathing into that opening occurring in that sacrum zone, the releasing of the gluteus maximus muscles, and that grounding, centering sensation coming from the hips and penetrating into the earth through your mat. A few more breaths here. On your inhale, coming into cat-cow, so coming onto the hands and knees. Spreading the fingers wide underneath the shoulders. Knees stacked underneath the hips. Take a moment to just bring your knees back 1 more inch. So now the knees are a little bit further back than the hips. This creates a little bit more space for the spine. Inhale, look up towards the sky, only as good as it feels good for you. Exhale, bowing in. And as you bow in, express a kind comment to yourself. Inhale, 1 more time. Heart towards the sky with kindness. Exhale, expressing gratitude to yourself. Healing thoughts, loving thoughts. 3 more times here. Inhale, opening the heart. Exhale, express gratitude. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. exhale. Allowing yourself to come on down towards the mat, again with loving kindness. Slowly make your way into Sphinx pose. So coming onto the forearms, fingers are once again spread wide. Only allow the curve of the spine to come into play as much as feels good for your body. Feeling that heart opening and the shoulder blades sliding down the back. Reconnect in with that deep, loving, nurturing breath. Filling every single cell of your body with healing, nurturing, loving light. Kindness, support, and compassion. 3 more breaths here, breathing that loving compassion into your body. One more breath. And exhale, allowing yourself to soften through the heart. Bringing the hands underneath the shoulders and pushing back into down dog. Feet are hip width apart. Knees are bent deeply. Shoulders rolling outward towards the mat, opening space between the shoulder blades. Press strongly against the hands to feel those hips rising towards the sky and how that helps the pelvis to create space in the sacrum. Shaking out the head, keeping those knees deeply bent. 3 more breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. If you like, you could try to straighten those legs a little bit for 1 more breath here. Inhale and exhale. Gorgeous. Coming back onto the knees. Back onto the forearms. Lowering the hips towards the mat. Inhale, Sphinx. Exhale, slowly coming back into Child's Pose. Exhaling fully in Child's Pose, feeling that belly pulling up and in at the end of the exhale. And on your next inhale, coming on up onto the heels. Inhaling the heart open towards the sky on your heels. Exhale, bowing in. 4 more times, feeling that traction as you press down with the hands in the crease of the legs, extending the heart towards the sky, feeling that natural curving of the spine. Exhale, bowing in again with gratitude to yourself. 3 more times. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last time, really feeling that extension as you press against the hands. And then exhaling, truly feeling grateful for who you are as you bow in. And then coming back to center. Coming back onto our mat, to the center of our mat. And allowing ourselves to come down onto the back once again. Placing the feet on the mat and doing some kind bridge rolls. So as we inhale, the hips rise towards the sky. Hands stay in place to create more stabilizing. Unless you feel like you would like to bring the hands back, that's fine as well. But if you're having some pain in the lower back, let yourself be kind to yourself and only take things partial. So keeping these hands down low, creating that extra stability. On your exhale, you're bringing the back down to the mat, one vertebra at a time. 4 more rounds of breath here, only coming as high as what feels good for your back, never taking it to your limit. When there's pain, it's all about being kind with yourself. Exhale, back to the mat. Inhaling. And exhaling. Twice more, eyes closed. Maybe pulling the toes up off the mat as you feel your grounding going down through the 4 corners of the feet. Last time. And exhale. Pulling the knees into the chest. Bringing the feet towards the sky, neither wrapping the hands around the ankles or bringing the hands to the outside of the feet if that feels good for your spine. And pulling the knees towards the mat. Spine long, cervical spine long, eyes closed. Breathing into your happy baby. Two more breaths here. Feeling yourself melting into the mat as you breathe deeper. Exhale, letting go of the feet. Coming into Supine Baddha Konasana, feet are kissing. Once again, bringing the hands to the crease of the thighs, matching the hips. On your inhale, extend the arms long, creating that traction, creating more space between each vertebra. Tucking the chin into the chest as you elongate the spine. Exhale, letting go. 4 more breaths. Inhale, extension. Exhale, releasing. Inhale. Creating that lovely space between each vertebra. Exhale. Twice more. Last one. And then letting it go. Letting the legs lengthen on your mat. Letting the left hand come to the heart, right hand to the belly. And feel into that healing energy that you have created for yourself as you lie in Shavasana. As you lie in this state of relaxation, reconnect once again with the intention you have created for yourself. Breathe kindness and love and compassion into the place in your lower back in which you feel pain, helping yourself to know that you are truly supported, loved, and cherished. Please take your time getting up from Shavasana. And the deepest gratitude to you for coming to your mat and creating more healing in your life. Remember, a clenched fist cannot hold a rose. Let go. Breathe into your beauty within. In love and light for you and for all. Namaste.